What's up, everybody? Juice Daddy here. Just doing a quick little video of how did only 2 cars get through this red light? I swear to God. Anyway, I'm on my lunch break from work. I don't normally leave work for my lunch break because parking and traffic is such a hassle where I work. So I usually kind of stick around so I don't lose my parking spot. But I'm kind of intrigued because I've got a package that was delivered this morning. Hopefully no porch pirates got it, from Nintendo of America. And I swear I have no idea what I could be getting from Nintendo of America. I did not send my Joy-Cons away for my Switch due to that drift issue, so that can't be it. I did enter a contest on the My Nintendo website or whatever for Luigi's Mansion 3 statue, poster, and t-shirt. But I checked that last night when I got the notice that the package would be delivered today, and that contest doesn't end for another 7 days. So I don't think I'm declared a winner before the contest is even over. The only other thing I can think of is I entered a contest from Cold Stone Creamery where they're giving away a Switch and a couple of games. But you'd think that would come from Cold Stone, and you'd think I would be notified that I won a contest. So I have absolutely no idea what the heck Nintendo of America is sending me. I'm not expecting anything. I didn't order anything directly from them. Kind of curious. So I'm going to go get it off my stoop right now so it's not sitting on my doorstep for 9 hours while I'm at work. And if it's anything really cool or whatever, we'll open it and you'll see this video. If it's just something stupid, I'm going to delete this. So if you're seeing it, we got something good. So next up, we're going to open the package. We'll do a little Nintendo of America unboxing. All right, let's go. Here it is. It's not very big. It says fragile. It kind of feels maybe like a Switch game, but I didn't order anything directly from them. It's from NOA Redmond, Nintendo of America. Haven't the foggiest idea. Why did this come directly from Nintendo? There's a garage sale right back there. And, well, when you only got $35 in your pocket because you've been sick and not feeling well and not making sales and whatnot, a garage sale like that comes along and you kind of get stuck. I mean, I got some good stuff. However, I could have done better. You're not going to be able to see through the bushes. Got a little bag of stuff. Let me pull over, and garage seling's done today. And it's not even 8 o'clock. If I had gotten off my keister earlier and early birded this, instead of saying, oh, he opens at 8, I'll only be 20 minutes early. And instead of being maybe an hour early, I would have really scored. Let me just pull it out here. So $35. That's what I had in my wallet. And here's what I got. Got a Game Boy player startup disc. He had the player attached to a GameCube, but just need the disc. That will sell. Box and manual only on Link's Awakening, but I just picked that up not too long ago, so now I'm going to complete that. Mega Man X. Basically, he told me $5 a game. $5 a game. Pokemon Crystal with a manual. Link to the Past. Decent shape. This one's being added to the collection. I don't have it. Final Fantasy II. Donkey Kong. Dragon Warrior 3. And Dragon Warrior 4. My second copy of that. Sweet. $35. What I know I missed out on because he put in his ad. He advertised video games. He advertised systems. He had a lot of systems. He had multiple Super Nintendos, NESs, N64s, GameCubes. I know I missed out. One of my competition was there, kind of completing his transaction when I first arrived. He was holding pretty much all the GameCube Zeldas, including the Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, Master Quest, and yeah, so I know I missed out on those, which is fine. I own them. I know I missed out on Earthbound. He put that in his Craigslist ad, and it was not in there. I figured with these types of titles in good condition, and the fact that he's listing them off by title in his Craigslist ad, that he knew what he had and he was charging close to what they're worth. I said, well, what's your price, man? He's like, listen, I know these are worth, a lot of these are worth a lot of money. I'm just $5 a game. So $35, and that means somebody got Earthbound for $5 this morning. And if I didn't have to take a dump earlier, I might have gotten here earlier and got it. But that's all right. I got a good bag. Some of this I'm keeping. Some of it is going to be resale. Unfortunately, a lot of it's going to be resale because I think what he had, I kind of, especially in the NES and Super NES stuff, I already had. Adding that to Final Fantasy, getting that box for that Zelda, that's pretty nice. The Dragon Warrior 3 and 4, not going to pass those up for $5 each because those are going to sell for probably $60 up to $80 between the two of them. So, going to make some sales, and yeah, that was a good garage sale. I did arrive before a lot of my competition, so I did get some good stuff. And a lot of guys were sitting there picking up the Zeldas. I mean, there's a ton of NES Zeldas and whatnot. I should have pulled out the phone, but no, it was right inside the dude's garage. Anyway, that's quick. There's a lot of garage sales today, but because of what's been happening in my life recently, I don't have any more garage selling money. I got a ton of stuff I need to sell, a ton of stuff I need to list online, but it just, life has gotten in the way lately. So this is what I got. The $35 spent. Garage sale day is done. All right, as we wrap up this third trek through $5 game box land, I'm going to go over stuff that's been selling on eBay and Mercari so we can update our big board, our $5 game box game goals online funds, and see where we're at towards getting one more goal game in the collection. First, I'm going to update you on, let's see, where we're going to be at in the wallet here. So this is a PS2 I sold on Facebook. If you recall an earlier episode, I bought this PS2 Slim and a bunch of games, which a lot of these are, for $25. That Battlefront was in there, that GTA was in there. Some of these games, like the Salt Lake and the NCAA Football 2003, they came from a garage sale. I got some free games. I didn't make that part of the $5 game box, but I got some PS2 games for free. Not quite sure where everything. I think everything came as part of $5 game box stuff, give or take. Maybe some of it didn't. But these are the games I threw together. 17 games total, including some loose disc ones over there. That's a loose disc Street Fighter EX, which I believe I've got in the $5 game box. When we do the full recap of the season, we'll find out. But I sold this for $80. And that's kind of where we're going to be at starting the next season, when I'll keep in the funding wallet the next time we do a $5 game box season. We'll start with 80, and we'll also start with I'll throw this in there as well. Sorry, I'm trying to keep personal information off of this. This little super pad right there, N64 controller, sold for $7. So $87 in the funding wallet is what we're going to be starting out in the $5 game box. All right, I actually want to start down here. Here we go. Oh, let me get my little booklet. Hold on. So we can do exactly what we earned from all this and not just go by what's on eBay here. This lot of 4 new HP data tape cartridges, factory sealed. These were a quarter each at a sale. And look, I sold them there for, I didn't sell them for $19.99. I think I took an offer of $12 plus the shipping that the dude paid for right there. So after fees and whatnot, we're looking at about $10.80 earned on a dollar spent. I wish this would stop trying to autofocus. Oh, maybe I'll do this. I don't know. All right. Avatar, The Last Airbender, Book 1, Water, brand new sealed. Got this for $1 at a garage sale. And after everything, we didn't earn much, $3.99. Didn't sell, it was up there for a long time. But $3.99. Alright, this one's kind of sort of cheating. But like right before my Vegas trip and then right before illnesses and whatnot, I got a big lot of stuff for the last dime I had in my funding wallet. The last time I had, pretty much until I sold that slim PS2 and put some money back in the wallet. This Pokemon Heart Gold case and manual was in that lot. It was one of the 4 games that was just case and manual only, along with a Rune Factory Frontier, which I want to complete. I also have a new Super Mario Brothers Wii, a case and manual, and a manual for some Mega Man game on the DS. Anyway, I used some of the Macari credit that I've been earning over, the past few months, and I bought Pokemon Heart Gold cart only for $30. And then I put it in this case and manual that was part of a $5 game box pickup, and I sold it on eBay for $59.99 free ship. So while I can't put the full $60 in the game box funding wallet, I'm going to be generous and give myself $10 as part of the $5 game box online funds. Because that's, let's see, cost me $30 for the cart, cost me, practically nothing for the case and manual, because I think I had like $16 or $17 left on me that day, and I picked up a lot of games, a nice big stack of games. So, which I think you saw in the last episode of the game box. So, sold it for $60. We'll call it about a $15, $16 profit on the game, and $10 getting for that case and manual. All right. We have a Sony mini disc Walkman player recorder. I listed it parts only because, let's see, it was missing this battery door cover. If you recall, back earlier in the summer, I bought 2 of these at a garage sale for, I believe, $10 total. The first one, the working as in I couldn't get sound, but at least it loaded up and showed it was playing. I sold that months ago. This one, well, this was months ago too, but it took a lot longer time to sell because of the nature of the fact that it didn't work. And I listed it parts only, so $9 what I earned after everything. I don't think I sold it for $19.99. I believe I took a best offer or something. So after all the fees and stuff, $9. This was a part of the same sale where I bought those little data tapes, and where I bought digital converter box, which you're going to see next. I believe that he had a quarter on these Mega Man Rise of the Master booster pack, just a single pack of cards. Sold it for $3.50, $3 after everything. Wouldn't do it again. Wouldn't pick up something like this unless it was a huge lot, like multiple packs of cards. This is one pack of card, just wasn't worth my time. We have here a digital converter box. I remember when these things, when the TV signal, the over-the-air signal, kind of went away. Yeah, I bought 2 of these. I forgot the price he had on them. I think they were $1. It may even been 50 cents. Anyway, I still have one listed. they're not quite as in demand. I think all the old people who needed them have either, they've bought HD TVs because they're getting dirt cheap. I see some early Black Friday Costco type ads, and you can get up to 55, 60 inch 4K nice brands, LG, Samsung for less than $300. Some of them less than 200. So nobody's really holding on to their TVs where they need the digital converter boxes anymore. But this one did sell, or one of them did sell, and I earned $12.59 from it. So that's not bad. Finally, some Macari sales. This one, I forgot how much I paid this lady, $20 or $25 for a stack of Xbox 360 and PS3 games. No, Xbox or Xbox 360. This is the only one that wasn't complete in its case and manual, and unfortunately it was the most valuable game. I wouldn't mind holding on to this if it was complete, but just disc only, it's worth more to me selling it online and getting the funds than it is just keeping track of a binder full of loose discs. Spyro Dawn of the Dragon, one of those Xbox 360 games you can find for cheap, because a lot of parents would buy it for their kids to play because it's a Spyro game and Spyro's cute, but it's still kind of worth a little bit. So if you see their parents selling the old 360 stuff at the garage sales, and you can have that for $1, pick that up. End of the day, $16.80 after shipping and fees, shipping Macari fees. Here we go. Secret of Mana. Remember this sale? Probably one of the better straight garage sales of the season. I picked up Secret of Mana and the next game I'm going to show, the last game I'm going to show, and Chrono Trigger for $40. I own Secret of Mana. I owned the next game, so I sold these two, made some money, and then put Chrono Trigger basically for free into my collection. And just buying Chrono Trigger for $40 is a steal. So Secret of Mana, I took an offer, as you can see, of $32 after shipping and fees and whatnot. We'll call it $25.80. And the other game in that lot was Ice Climbers. Sold it for $16. I think I may have even taken an offer because I earned $11.40. So yeah, $11.40 is what I earned. So altogether here, added up, what we got? 107.78, is that right? I'll have to check my math. Anyway, we're going to take it to the big board. All right, has been sitting here for months while I've been picking this up. We've been sitting at 52.50. I'm adding another 14.40 because there was a copy of Demon Souls I never got around to adding on here. And the listing is so old that I can't pull it up on eBay anymore from when I sold it. So $66.90 plus, where were we at over here? Added up $117.38. So here we go. 117.38. So let's see, it's 8, 2, 4, 7, 8, 184.28. You know what? Let's just do that. If we're going to wrap up Season 3 of the $5 game box, let's wrap it up in style. Why did this come directly from Nintendo? What? I was not expecting this to come from Nintendo of America. This probably means it belonged to an employee. I did order this on eBay the other day. $5 game box. The $5 game box game goal. Oh my, why did this come from Nintendo of America? It's got a seal. It's not, this is a reseal, but my God. Radiant Silver Gun. $5 Game Box Gold Game. I'll be honest, at this point when I'm shooting this, I have not done our little online recap of sales, $5 Game Box sales like Game Goal funds. I know I've got enough to cover this, which is why I bought it, but I wasn't expecting it to come from Nintendo. Hey, thanks Nintendo for sending me a Sega Saturn game from the 90s from Japan. I wish there was a note or something. Like, why did this come from Nintendo of America? Well, $5 Game Box Game Goal game acquired from Nintendo. Alright, it's the long-awaited Juice Daddy Stop Being Lazy pickup recap to this episode of the $5 Game Box. The episode months in the making. I got sick, not feeling good over the summer with the kidney stone. $5 Game Box collecting just kind of went out the wayside. I didn't stop buying video games, but I stopped, worrying about collecting for the old game box here. However, we're wrapping up this year and this season with a big bang, because we got the $35 buy that you saw earlier in the episode, and of course, you saw the big one. So let's go over everything I picked up, and then I don't know if we'll have time, maybe I'll do a recap of this, otherwise I'll put in a separate video recap of all the great stuff that I found this year game hunting for the $5 Game Box. Heavy hitter NES games, Game Boy Micro, good stuff. So we'll get to that. I'll probably do a separate video to tell some stories behind some of the pickups, because that's the best thing for finding this stuff so cheap out at garage sales or wherever, is like the stories of finding it cheap and, talking out of people's houses. Anyway, speaking of finding stuff for cheap, let me get a drink. Cheers, everybody. $35 spent on this pickup here. There's a Zelda Link to the Past. Pricecharting.com value is good. What is today? November 22nd at 6:18 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Zelda Link to the Past, worth $16.33 according to Price Charting. I'm going to try to sell it locally for like $20, $15, $20. Because I got most everything in here. I am going to keep a few things, which I'll point out. Mega Man X for the Super NES, again, $15.50. I'm going to try to sell those both locally and put some extra cash into the old funding wallet, which right here, $87 is what we're going to start whenever I pick up $5 Game Box game hunting as we approach garage sale season next summer. $87 currently is what we're going to start with in the funding wallet. Just as an aside, I don't know how game hunting is going to go next summer. I've lost the retro video game store locally. One or two pawn shops have even closed. So even going out during the winter when it's not garage sale season, hitting thrift stores and pawn shops here locally, that's gone down the tube. So I'm kind of on a game hunting hiatus unless I find it on eBay, find it on Mercari, or find it on local Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, which is, few and far between. More competition and kind of harder to find the stuff. Anyway, moving on. So I think I'm going to branch out a little bit, as you've seen in some of my recaps. Like, I did it this summer too with the $5 Game Box, buying some things that aren't games, trying to flip them to get those online funds going so we can, pick up some good stuff. Anyway, what else we got here? Final Fantasy II. I need to double check to see if I have this or not. I may not have it, so it may be going in the collection. I'll have to double check. $34.50 is what it's worth according to Price Charting. So if I do have it, then I've got a great thing to sell either online. start getting those online funds back up, which we're going to do, and I'll get to that here in a moment. Yeah. What's next? Oh, so this was kind of a disappointment. This Link's Awakening, Game Boy, Link's Awakening, Zelda Link's Awakening. However, there was no cart. It was an empty box. But the manual's in here. Everything, all the inserts are in here. It's in absolute pristine condition. Price Charting does do a box-only value, and they've got a box-only value this at $32.23. However, I just couldn't resist, and I went on eBay and I did buy a cart, Zelda's Link's Awakening. So, and I got it for like $20, so good deal. So the box that I got is part of this $35 sale right here with this. So even if I assign the $35 value that I paid to this box right here, $55 total, complete in box, Price Charting has this worth $125.49. So I just added a nice little valuable Game Boy game right in my collection. I'm going to get a protector around this right away and have it a nice little display piece as part of my game collection. As it's about to fall down, we'll just set it like that. All right, what we got next? This game I'm hoping to get sold online soon. We have a Pokemon Crystal with the manual. According to Price Charting, the game itself is worth $31.42. Manual's worth $14.95. So hoping to get that sold because I'm not a Pokemon collector. I'm not a Pokemon player. Not that I wouldn't mind having Pokemon stuff in the collection, but it's a series that right now the way it sells online on eBay and places, it's worth more to me selling it than it is for me to keep it, because I know I'll never play it. I never got into Pokemon, so I'm going to try to sell that. Game Boy Player Startup Disc. In the sleeve. It's got the manual inside there. And best part, as a bonus, it had a copy of Wind Waker inside of it. They had stuck a copy of Wind Waker inside it. There's the Game Boy Player disc with the manual, both pristine. I actually just sold, I need to get this packed, I sold this disc-only Zelda Wind Waker along with disc-only WWE Day of Reckoning that I got earlier in the year in $5 game box. It was part of that PS2 lot. I think I paid $20 for a PS2 Slim and a whole bunch of games. It's where I got that loose disc Warcraft game for the original PlayStation. And I sold the PS2 and some games, I think for like $70 or $80. Added some games in the collection. And there was that random WWE Day of Reckoning for GameCube disc in there. So I put it on there as kind of a little throw-in with the Wind Waker, and I sold it on Mercari for $24. According to Mercari, disc-only Wind Waker is worth $24.33. So, once I clear their fees and shipping and whatnot, probably going to make $18 off that. Just, I paid $35 for the lot. I also, once I stop recording the video, need to get this packed, because I did sell this online, and I need to get it shipped out. Game Boy Player disc, I have about 70-ish, because the valuations on it include the attachment to the GameCube, which I don't have. But I listed this on eBay for $89.99 free ship, and it's sold. So you take eBay's 10%, which is going to be about $9, PayPal's whatever, and then plus the shipping. I'm probably looking at clearing $74 or $75 just on that, which is more than double what I paid for this whole lot. So let's go ahead and set these two aside, because I need to get them packed and get them in the mail. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. All right. I think this is added to the collection. I don't think I have the original Donkey Kong cart for NES. It is the 5-screw version right there, which is worth a little bit more. I had it at $18.54 on price charting. That's definitely being added to the collection. So we'll stick it in there. And 2 great pickups. I've got these listed on eBay right now. They have not sold yet. Maybe I'm asking a little bit too much. I don't know. But Dragon Warrior 3 and Dragon Warrior 4. Again, he was asking $5 for every one of his games. I put together this whole thing as a lot. I said, I've got $35. Will you take it? He said, absolutely. It was a great garage sale. And a lot of other local game collectors scored. A couple other resellers scored, and they're making some money off this stuff too. Dragon Warrior 3 is worth $54.63 according to price charting. Dragon Warrior 4 is worth $79.76 according to price charting. I think I've got them listed on eBay for a little bit above that. I think I'm doing $59.99 on 3, and on 4, probably $79.99, maybe even $84.99. I have to look at my listings. But they haven't sold yet, but I think they will, because the sold listings are going in around that area. So I need to sell those 2. I need to sell the Pokemon game. I need to sell a couple of these SNES titles. And I need to double check if I need to sell Final Fantasy 2. So all in all, I didn't add a whole lot to the collection from this sale. But I've already made profit. Once that arrives and clears and doesn't get charged back, I've already in the profit between that and Wind Waker. And everything else is just going to be super gravy on that sale. So we'll have the online funds. I don't know what I'm going to add, because I may use some of these funds. I may withdraw them for PayPal for the Christmas season to buy myself, some Black Friday deals, although I'm not too impressed to the Black Friday deals I've seen so far. But, may get some Switch games or whatnot. We'll see. But I'll add it all up. And I'll take out what I spend if I get anything at GameStop or Target online, whatever. And of course, the big pickup this episode. I'm going to open it up. This isn't an original seal, I don't think. I'm positive it's not an original seal. Radiant Silvergun. Japanese only shooter from Treasure. Never released in the United States, but it's really easy to play import games on Saturn. In case you didn't know, it requires a multi-cart, which is really cheap. You can get it off of eBay, Amazon. I think I got mine off Amazon for less than 20. I want to say it was around 10ish. And you put it in, and you put it in the cart slot in the Sega Saturn. Let's open it up. Oh, it's beautiful, baby. It's absolutely gorgeous. Check the disc. Flawless. Absolutely flawless. If you just want to play Radiant Silvergun, I know it's on the Xbox Live store marketplace for $30, and I don't think it ever really goes on sale. So if you want to pay $30, I don't think it's backwards compatible. You got to do get on your old Xbox 360 and log in and spend the $30 there, which I've done before. I played Death Smiles 2. I think I paid $30 for that too, long after the Xbox One came out, and with no hope of that being added to a backwards compatible game. So, wow. It's so awesome to have this in the collection. I think I need to get some CD protectors. I got Tomba here, needs to be protected. Oh, that's gonna, I got the TurboGrafx games over there, or the Hue cards. Whew! Wow. So that's a nice little cap on the season. Oh, by the way, I know that I mentioned earlier that I kind of fudged a little bit. I had 180 something. I forgot already because I erased it. Excuse me, beer burp. 188 something. I did sell the second one of those converter boxes that I did in the what's sold on eBay portion of this episode. I did sell the second one that I had, and I think I had it up for $12.99 or something. So I won't add it to the big board. I'll use it as part that got me to the 200 I spent. Because I spent I had to double check. I want to say 199. He had it up for cheaper because price charting has this up complete 228.05. So when I was following searches for Radiant Silver Gun, to keep tabs of the price. A lot of people are selling them for, upwards 300 and above. So I saw a listing for a complete good condition for 199, and from a reputable seller, had a good rating. He was a US seller, wasn't coming in from Japan or anywhere. I was like, I'm going to jump on it. And he had the pics and looked legit, and everything looks, I'm not an expert on Japanese Saturn games, so it looks legit to me. And it's definitely now one of the gems of my collection, which we've added a few this summer. What else? I think that kind of wraps it up. Yeah, I'll do a whole season recap video at some point. Maybe throw in some footage of us playing Radiant Silvergun. Yeah, good stuff. Wow. Oh, I wanted to mention the $35 sale where I got all the Pokemon Crystal, the Dragon Warrior games. I got caught slipping. And it's hard to imagine with, I got the Game Boy Player disc. I got this box, which led to, something worth $125 being added right to the collection. However, first of all, he had all 4 Dragon Warriors in there. And he was selling every game for $5 a pop. So, Dragon Warrior 2, according to price charting, is worth $30.99. So while it wouldn't have been a huge, profit maker, it would have been more than either Zelda or Mega Man, if I had picked that up and sold it for, $29.99, $32.99 on eBay, would have made a little bit more than those 2 SNES games. I also, gosh, this is why when I see NES games, SNES games, I start ignoring handheld titles. He had a loose cart, not in box, but a cart only, Zelda Minish Cap for Game Boy Advance. And I saw it and I had it in my hands, but I set it aside, started picking up these Super Nintendo titles and going through the NES games a 4th time, and I didn't go back to it. And I am certain if I had Zelda Minish Cap sitting on my pile of all this stuff sitting on top and still said, I got 35, will you take 35? He would have said yes. And I would have had Zelda Minish Cap, which according to price charting is worth $29.61 loose cart. So there's another one, and I would have added to the collection. I don't have it. I don't own it. I don't play Game Boy Advance. I don't play a lot of handheld stuff. But it would have been, kind of cool to add that to the collection, a Zelda game I don't have. And of course, the big one I missed, and I double-checked, if he sold this for $5 too. And he was candid. He's like, yeah, I know a lot of these games are worth a lot more, but, I just want to get rid of them, make sure they go to, good people and people who appreciate it. But I know for a fact he had an Earthbound at that sale before I got there. And I got there about 35 minutes before his scheduled start time. I was already late. Another local person he's a reseller. I know he's not a gamer, but he buys games to flip. He had every GameCube Zelda game. So I want to thank him for leaving some, not going through the NES games and not double checking what the price of a Game Boy Player disc is. But, he had the Master Quest, Ocarina of Time. He had the Four Swords Adventure. He had all of them. He may have even had the case for that Wind Waker. He may have been holding the Wind Waker case, not realizing it was empty. But anyway, and so he sold those for $5 a pop. But somebody came. I asked when he sold the Earthbound. He's like about 6:30, and his scheduled start time was 8. So somebody came by an hour and a half early, cherry-picked that Wind Waker, and moved on, which I don't blame him. However, it kind of blows my mind. Because Earthbound. He had Earthbound in the ad. He listed Earthbound as one of the games he was selling, which is, I was shocked that he was selling games for $5 a pop. If you know what Earthbound is, you're putting in your garage sale ad chances are you're asking some money for it. You're not selling it for pennies on the dollar, which is what selling it for $5 would be. But some guy showed up, crack of dawn, found Earthbound. Dude's like, I'm selling the games for $5 each. Handed the dude maybe he found some other stuff. Maybe he found some other stuff in the NES games. Maybe he found some GameCube games. Maybe he picked up some PS4 titles. He was selling a bunch of PS4 stuff. But I can't imagine that dude didn't show up intent on picking up Earthbound from a garage sale from a guy that's listing Earthbound in his garage sale ad. That he didn't show up with at least $100 ready to make a move on it. 200 maybe. He is no way he showed up with just a $5 or $10 bill in his pocket. No way. And assuming he'd be able to get it an hour and a half before the dude even opened his garage door. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know if I had been rolling in funds of this wallet right here on that day, like I was, like a lot of the time, if I didn't have just $35 in that wallet and I was rolling with 90, 100, 150. There's times I've had, 225, 230 in that wallet. If I had been rolling like that, and I had gone in there, he's like, yeah, I'm selling it for $5, and I see Dragon Warrior 3, Dragon Warrior 4, Pokemon Crystal, Zelda this, Zelda that, Mario, 2 cases full of NES titles, good titles, not all valuable, but, every Mario, multiple copies of every Mario, multiple copies of every Zelda, Ghost and Goblins, I'm trying to remember good stuff. All the Dragon Warriors, Final Fantasy, Contras, Turtles, and then seeing an Earthbound and a Final Fantasy 2 and a Zelda Link's Awakening and a Mega Man X and what else was there for the Minish Cap, the Dragon Warrior 2, and an Earthbound? Like $5 a pop. If I've been there at 6:30 with $200, $250 in my pocket, I've been like $5 each. I'll give you $200 just for. What if I offered you $225 for every game in your garage? I almost guarantee he would have taken it. I have no doubt in my mind he would have taken it. So, how that dude just walked in, got Earthbound, and maybe a couple other things, and then. If you're wise enough to know what Earthbound is, what it sells for, what it goes for, and how valuable it is to a collection, you should know what Dragon Warrior 3 and Dragon Warrior 4 go for. You should know that even as a box, you want to pick up Zelda's Link's Awakening, the Game Boy Player Startup Disc, Final Fantasy 2. The GameCube Zeldas that he left behind, that he clearly left behind because I missed him by 5 minutes. I don't know, but thank you to that dude for going in and getting your cheap Earthbound and leaving me something. Maybe you're just really nice. If I was rolling in any sort of bankroll, if I was rolling in bankroll, even when I did go and I missed the Earthbound or whatever, because I was looking, I had the games in my hand going. Shit, I've only got $35 in my pocket. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can get Dragon Warrior 4 and a couple other ones just to make my money back and earn some money. But when he started saying $5 is when I started making a pile. So if I had anything in my wallet other than $35, if I had at least 100, I would have just started. I said, what will you take for every game thing you got? And he had the Super NES, like the second model, not the original, but the smaller one. He had multiple NESs, multiple N64s. He had a couple GameCubes, probably had a player attached to one. I should have checked. I'm like, what? All the game stuff. Or all the games, you can keep the PS4 stuff. All the game stuff. Besides the PS4 stuff. How much? I would have snagged it. I'd be on a reselling frenzy right about now. But that didn't happen, so, don't count spilt milk or whatever. Don't worry about spilt milk. I got a good deal on this stuff. And I'm going to make some money selling it either locally or online. I already have. And I'm going to at least add Donkey Kong to the collection and maybe Final Fantasy. I wish I didn't have Dragon Warrior 3 or 4 so I can add those and be like, whoo. Anyway, so that's it for this episode of the $5 Game Box. I think I'm going to do a season recap coming up. I got some good stuff in here. If you haven't been keeping up with the episodes, stay tuned for that when I get it uploaded. There's some awesome gaming stuff. You may be able to see it in this shot, but there's some Gun Knack is over here somewhere. Swordmaster is over here somewhere. It's good stuff. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you wish. Take care. I'll see you soon.